Cool, so the resin's a twin pack vinyl ester styrene free resin. This is the one that's spec'd for the Bolt Products bolts, so we can't really differ away from this particular resin. Okay, so there's two tubes internally in there, and as we push it through, essentially a resin comes out of the outside edge and a hardener comes out the centre. So resin around the outside and a hardener, and then that mixes together in this mixing nozzle. So the mixing nozzle has all those spirals inside there, and typically it takes quite a bit of squirting before the resin's actually properly mixed. Okay, so the 380 400mm tubes that drop into this one. Okay, so I'm not going to start pumping yet. I need to be ready to glue up. So the gluing process, we need to stay clean. So there's a little tip to this. One pair of gloves per bolt that we're going to glue. So sometimes I could be adding down the crag with 5 or 6 or 7 layers of gloves spread between two hands. So this way that we can clean around and make it perfect. Strip off a layer of glove and then carry on to our next bolt. And the key there is carrying on to our next bolt without getting all our equipment gunked up with resin. So do you see the first bit of resin is hardener and then resin, and after a while you get a perfect mixture of hardener and resin. So we need to waste, that's just hardener with a tiny bit of resin in. Do a second line there. You get a swirly pattern down the side of it, and there we go. We've got a consistent light grey colour now. Okay, it's really important to keep that tip, cancel the button on the back to cancel the pressure, and keeping that tip nice and clean. Okay, so we're at a bolt. So applicator fully into the base of the hole and move back a little bit. And the flow rate of this is quite slow, depending on what temperature you're at. So it doesn't matter how hard you squeeze, you just need to keep constant pressure on the back of the gun. And as we're squeezing it, we're pulling it. We're just filling the hole, filling the hole, filling the hole, gently moving the nozzle back out the hole. And then when we can see the resin close to the edge, we just drop down our slot, that applicator, hit the cancel button, give this a nice little wipe clean. So there's an anti-clockwise screw on these bolts. So as we're pushing them in, we're just gently pushing and turning anti-clockwise. And then we can't do any more turns, so just push it up home. Okay, now we've got our tidy up job. So what we're trying to do is create a nice water seal all the way around, squidging the resin in, especially the water seal in the gap between the two legs, right up there in the middle. Okay. We're also watching out for not getting any resin on the bit of the anchor that we clip. So I've got a number of fingers there that I can play with to manipulate our resin around with. It's quite therapeutic. If we did get any on, and give our bolt a little bit of a clean up there. So the next process is that hand's still clean, this hand's dirty. We take a whole layer off like that, get that into our gash bag, and off we're down to the next bolt.